And now, introducing the star of our show, Mr. Microphone. Now it's me, Big Zero Grav. Damas y caballeros, ladies and gentlemen, bienvenidos. Life in zero gravity, vida in cero gravedad. You know the vibes. Tú sabes las vibras. It's that time again for a podcast, a Godcast that's in the top 3% of most shared on Spotify. I gotta say it again. I'll say it until the end of time, until the show's over, really, because that's the reality of it. I don't know. I don't see the show ending anytime soon. We've had some ups and downs. We've had some close calls where the show could have ended, but it didn't end. And despite barely anyone listening to this, barely anyone watching this, I keep moving forward, because I do believe that there's a lot of good content here. Don't sleep on it, motherfucker. Don't sleep on it. But what I wanted to get into was a serious topic today. We've all been there. We've all experienced it. We've all had great friends in our lives who were with us through the thick and thin. As kids, we played, we frolicked together in the meadows. We skated, we roller skated, we skateboarded. We came over to each other's houses, we slept over. We had a wondrous time. Delight was had by all, truly. And then they got sucked into the Vagina Vortex, never to be seen again. It's failed many a strong warrior, many a strong man, undefeated. That's what this episode's about, is men getting, or it could happen to women too, technically. Anybody. No person is strong enough to withstand the Vagina Vortex. But what I'm referring to is when you have a friend and you got, you chill a lot. You chill every day, or not every day. That's not realistic. That's just dumb. But you chill a lot. You're together often. Then they start dating a girl. You never hear from them. Vagina Vortex. Just swallowing them up. It's a real thing. I mean, it happens to a lot of married dudes. They're just Vagina Vortex. They're sucked into the Vagina Vortex. They can't escape. They can't see the light at the end of that tunnel. They're just trapped in that Vagina Vortex. I've seen it. I've seen people alienate all of their friends, lose all their friends in their life over the Vagina Vortex. It's a powerful thing. It's a black hole. It's a supernova black hole that just sucks away all the joy. Normally sucking leads to joy, but this sucks all of the joy. Vagina Vortex. I mean, they'll risk it all. They will put their entire financial future, their career, everything they love in life, everything they loved before they met a woman, they'll put it in jeopardy for the Vagina Vortex. It's a real thing, I'm telling you. Some of you might not believe me. It's a real thing. The Vagina Vortex is real. It's like the Twilight Zone, kind of, in a way. I think it is. Vagina Vortex. Don't get sucked in there, man. Don't get sucked in. There's no way out once you get sucked in too far, There's no way out. It's like those friends you have. Like, you have a good friend and you'll chill with them. You'll share many a fun night together. But then somewhere along the line, they get sucked into the Primerica Vortex. That Primerica Vortex. All those I was gonna say conspiracy theories. All those pyramid scheme like insurance companies, financial advisement, all that stuff. It all comes together. You know, they get sucked into that. It's like you had a cool friend that you used to chill with, you used to see him all the time. Everything was good. Then they got sucked into the Vagina Vortex. It's like, because you see it and you see him like, hey, I'd like to talk to you about like you'll be chilling with them, everything will be cool. And then out of nowhere, it's like, hey, I'd like to talk to you about your financial future. And they try to suck you into the Vagina Vortex. It's real. And then you're just like, you had a good friend, but you realize from that moment on that they're no longer your friend. They're just a Primerica bot. There's no way out of it. They're just a Primerica bot. There's no saving it. It's just a Primerica bot. I've seen it happen, man. It's sad. I don't know. I hope that they really get good money. I hope that it really provided the benefits that they try to get everyone to buy into. I'm just skeptical. That's all. So I got some reviews, or a review for you. I realized I only really, like, I've watched some old movies this week. I don't want to review old movies. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to review a movie called Suzume. Suzume is a pretty movie. You know, it's an anime movie. So off the bat, that may not appeal to everyone. It's like a coming of age love story type of anime movie at that. So if that's not your thing, it's not your thing. I mean, I like it. I wouldn't say that it's my, like, that genre, that subgenre, whatever you want to call it. I wouldn't say that it's like my favorite, but it's cool. I can deal with it depending on how interesting it is. Like what the plot is, that can make a big difference. So that movie, Suzume, I almost called it, or I did call it Sukume when I was trying to buy tickets. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know too much about it. I just wanted to watch something rare at the movie theater because, you know, I got the unlimited pass, so it's like I just try to make the most of it by watching as much stuff as I can, especially stuff that isn't gonna be there forever. That's just how I kind of look at it. So that movie, I was like, okay, that movie's not gonna be there forever. I should watch it. I watched it. I don't regret it, but I accidentally called it Sukume. It almost looks like Suck Me, you know, when it's written with a K. And so I was saying that, and I give the girl props. She didn't correct me or anything when I said Sukume. She was just like, "Oh, Sukume," like she didn't care. I messed up. A lot of people would take the opportunity to rub it in your face and call you stupid. So I give her credit for that. I really do. You know, the movie was pretty good. It's a long movie. That's the main issue. So it kind of follows this girl's journey through. It's like one of those like life journey type of movies, and you know she's coming of age, and she's like going all through Japan. I don't want to spoil it exactly, but basically she's traveling all through Japan to complete these missions. That's as vague as it gets. There, I did a good job on that, I think. Keeping it very vague. So you can't, like, you don't know exactly what happened, but you have an idea. I think that was good. I give myself some credit for that. So she's traveling all around Japan and doing this, right? It's going, and there's like a cat that was one of these like keystones. Like it was a keystone that she touched, it turns into a cat, and then this cat's following her around, and then the guy that she was traveling with turns into a chair. So it's just, yeah, it's very anime. It's a very anime movie. That sounds silly, but it's like, it's definitely like, you're not gonna be confused with what type of movie you're watching it, you know, with the plot and everything. If the visuals didn't already give you away, you'd know by the plot. So it's not bad. It is long. That's the only thing. For like an animated, or yeah, an anime movie, it was like 2 hours and 12 minutes. I thought that was a little much. I know a lot of people will probably like it, but that was just my criticism of like I liked it, but I do think it was too long, just a little bit, you know. So hopefully people can work on that. And that's the only real review. I give it about 7 Zeus slaps, God. That's what I say. I give it 7 Zeus slaps. Nothing bad, nothing great. Um, I mean, the animation and stuff is great. What surprised me is like there's some money behind that movie because they actually show Instagram in the movie and they show McDonald's in the movie. So there's definitely some money behind it for them to be able to do that. And I thought that was interesting that they were actually featured in the movie. I was like, this feels weird. Is this okay? Like, I didn't know what to think. Yeah, it was a little rough. I'm not gonna lie. No, it really wasn't. Um, I'm tired of being the bigger person all the time. You know, I'm just tired of it. Like, and not just my dick, not just my height, because that doesn't get old. But I'm tired of having to be the bigger person. It gets exhausting, like constantly feeling like I gotta bend over backwards to apologize for shit or like make amends when truthfully like I don't. It's very rare for me to have bad intentions. And usually when I do have bad intentions, it's because somebody hurt me in the first place. So it's like, well, that's understandable. Like I'm not supposed to want this person. I don't know if you do want this person to find like eternal happiness when like you gave everything to them and they shut you down, you know? So it's kind of hard in that instance. But anyway, yeah, I'm tired of having to be the bigger person. And I want to say being the bigger person doesn't mean being a fat bitch, okay? That's not what that means. That's not what that term is about. And I'm tired of these fat bitches acting like it is. It's not, okay? It's not. I'm glad we're getting this out of the way. I don't know. I always just thought it was funny. That whole aspect, I suppose. Sound like a word New Jack would use. He uses words where it's like, I don't know if you, I know, or actually, no, I know you don't know what this means. It sounds good, but when you actually listen to it, it's like, oh, I don't know about that. But anyway, I digress. This place charged like so I had to get my or no, let me get to that. No, I'm gonna do that actually. I'm gonna do that. So people, people argue just to argue. That's the way it is. A lot of people do it. It's not great. We've all done it before, like where we argued some shit that really didn't matter, but we kept pushing on it. I know I've done that. I'm not gonna act like I'm innocent in that. We've all done it at some point. So one of the dumb arguments I had recently was like, I was just saying that I thought women looked better with curves, in general, like something like that. Because she wanted to buy some stuff that she was saying was unhealthy. So I was like, okay, well, let me help you out. But anyway, yeah. So it's just funny. People just love to argue. So I was talking to this girl and like, I was talking about like how I thought it was kind of weird, like the guys that date, like there's some guys out there that date girls that are like, what's it called? What was I going? I'm so sorry. Oh yeah, so they date girls with like boy bodies, like they have no ass, no titties, just skinny surfboard type body. And sometimes I side eye guys like that because I'm like, yo, if you're gay, it's okay. It's weird that like you're doing that. Honestly, like you have options. Honestly, so I always just thought that was silly, but yeah, I was just saying. So they like the guys like these girls that have bodies that resemble boy bodies more in general. And believe me, I'm not like I don't believe in like all the old gender roles and stuff, but sometimes it is sort of weird when it's like there is a masculine and feminine body type, and like when guys like these girls that have like no womanly traits physically, it's sort of weird to me. It's like it's one thing to be okay with it, but for you to actually seek that out, like that's your shit, like that's the one that's like your type that you date almost exclusively, that's a little weird to me. And I'm saying this for comedy purposes. I don't have anything against any of those people, any of the people that I'm talking about. Even saying those people is like going to be controversial, I'm sure. Like, how can you say those people? But you know what I mean. I'm just messing around, man. It's just jokes. Those people are the people who hear my jokes, okay? So, yeah. So, I just took my keys out of my bed. That's not great for audio purposes. So this tire place. Oh no, that's what I was gonna get to. Sorry. So this girl, I was telling her about this, like just my little comedy theory. And I was saying that curves are more feminine. I thought that was common sense. Curves are more feminine. And she was arguing with me that they weren't, even though she had big titties and an ass. She was trying to argue that curves weren't more feminine. And it just felt like one of those things that was like, oh, you just want to argue about something. Like, you don't really care. You know that the point you're making makes no damn sense. You're just arguing to argue, you know? And, like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to argue with you. Like, let's just end this. So, it's kind of silly. Personally, for me anyway, I think it's kind of silly. Like, I'm just like, how is that not common sense? Like, that if you do that, that's what it's going to lead to. I don't know. I don't get it. So anyway, yeah. The tire place charged me. So one of my tires blew up again. And this tire place, the same one, it's only been like a couple months, right? It really hasn't been that long. So it definitely should have been under warranty, you know. And it was, but here's the thing, with the warranty, they still charge you $30 for the install of a tire. And then like another 30 for what did they even charge for? I'm trying to think what the other 30 was about. Well, it was like 22, but then that one ended up being it basically ended up being exactly 30 total, or no, 60 total. And it was for them to replace, oh, that's what it was. So the other thing was like to put the road hazard warranty back on the tires. I had to pay like another I think $20, 15, $20, something like that. And they just like, they didn't do anything about it, you know? I just thought it was like weird. I don't understand. They just charged me 60 for services when it's like your tire blew up in a month. Like, I shouldn't have to pay for this. I just did it and got out of there, but I'm like, this should not be a thing. Like, honestly, like, what is going on here? I shouldn't have to like go through that when I already saved somebody in everybody else's eyes, you know? But anyway, I digress. So this drive-through car wash, some of these drive-through car washes judge you when you buy a wash, because it's like, I decided to splurge, I decided to get fancy, and I got the works wash. So why is it when you get that wash, when the little automated voice comes out, the little computer voice comes out of the machine, like it's immediately like a fight, you know? I don't get that. I don't understand that. I don't understand, man. Why does everything have to be a fight? Why does it have to be like that? The drive-through car wash is judging me. I get the works wash this time. It says you have purchased the works wash, our best wash. It doesn't say anything about the other ones. Like when I get the real cheap ones, it doesn't say like, oh, you purchase basic, thank you. It's just like, you have purchased the basic wash. You know, like it's like they didn't take the time on it. They just basically slapped their money onto a dead of war, or yeah, like a god of war. So anyway, that's what we're getting into. if your girl had that's what I was gonna say. So some guys will brag about having like pull-out game, right? I know a guy that does this, and he's had multiple abortions with women. You know, I know of a couple. Like he said it, his words. You know, it's not just me making shit up. So he said that, and I thought that was interesting. You know, he's had multiple abortions, but then you want to brag about your pullout game. It's like, bro, your pullout game didn't work. Like you had to get an abortion. Like you were lucky enough to be with a girl that was willing to get abortions, but for me, I didn't have that. And don't get me wrong, I mean, you've seen Asher Arco and you know how much I love her, but it was one of those scenarios where it's like, I did this, and then I was with someone who didn't want to take Plan B, who didn't want to get an abortion or anything like that. And I'm like, this was literally the only time I've ever came in someone that like was that where it was a risky scenario where like if it didn't work out, you know, we'd be in financial jeopardy and like she wouldn't have a place to stay and all that. So I get it. But I don't think if you're trying to act like, oh, my pullout game is so great, my pullout game's better than yours, it's like, honestly, I did it one time and I just happened to be with a person that wasn't feeling getting an abortion then. Now, she since has kind of changed that stance. But at the time, she was not going to get an abortion. And so it's interesting how that works. You know, she didn't want to take Plan B either. Again, she's changed some stances on that, you know. But I don't think that you can brag when it's like your girl chose to get an abortion. It's like you're not some wizard of pulling out or whatever. Like you messed up, you know, and she had to fix it. It's not her fault. So it's hard. I get it. I honestly get it. So, I don't know. I thought about this idea. Not too much, but instead of putting rapists in prison, we should just like have them. Their punishment should be to get raped by a bigger person, you know? It would be funny, honestly. So I think that would be a better. Well, I don't mean to say rape is funny, but just to say the image of like a rapist, one of the shittiest people out there, and the image of them getting a taste of their own medicine. I don't want to see the penetration and all that, but just seeing their faces, it had to be hilarious, you know. So yeah, we riding high on here. I'm not high, by the way. I'm just very tired. So sometimes you can't tell the difference. What was I gonna say? We should probably, yeah, I don't know. I think we should punish rapists like that. I actually came up with that idea. I thought it'd be smart. It's like, why not? I'm just playing. I just play devil's advocate and just play around here. Come on, you know I'm joking. Rarely ever actually serious on here, honestly. So serious, no XM. Giving you a peek at the hair today. The luxurious locks. You see, you know the vibes. By now, you know the vibes, right? Right. But yeah, you don't get to brag if your girl had abortions that you're like a wizard of pulling out. I mean, I've done it. I've been with a girl and didn't pull out and didn't wear protection. Like, I've had that experience. I'm not going to act like I didn't have it. This is funny. So, don't forget, 420 at Los Globos. Don't forget, it's going down. The 420 show. Blaze one up. You might as well. It's not going to hurt anything. I don't see why not. And with that being said, I'm going to take a very short break and I'll be right back. Hey, zero. Zero is back. You wanna be there partying all night long until the break of dawn. I don't like this. It's like the way I cut my beard. It looks like there's like a double chin to there, but I promise you there's not. I promise you there's not. It's just sexy me. Lakers. We'll get into that later on in the show, okay? We will get into it. So yeah. Don't forget the show. If I saw a phrase that I thought was funny, and it says, "quote." Hold on, I lost my track. Oh, you can't be a boss and a people pleaser at the same time. That was this quote, and people thought it was deep. Someone shared it. Somebody else made it. Someone else shared it. I wonder if you'll have the same thought process as me, because immediately what I was thinking was like, that's just called being a good boss. You know, that's called being a good boss. You can't be a what is it? What is the phrase? It's just so dumb. You can't be a boss and a people pleaser at the same time. Like, that's a good boss. You know, you're just making excuses to be trash. Honestly, that's what it feels like you're doing here. It's like, yeah, I'm not doing anything. I might as well ruin everything. Might as well while I'm chilling. Let's see what else we got on the agenda. I just thought that was funny. You can't be a boss and a people pleaser at the same time. Like, yes, you definitely can. I mean, it doesn't happen that often, but it's definitely possible. There are good bosses out there who like never get in trouble, you know. So I know in this age of everyone getting in trouble, that might be hard to believe, but there are good bosses out there. And you'll find them. I know you will. So don't worry. Okay? The little chickadees. Let's see. Give my shut up. Be quiet, my little chickadees. My little chickadees. Okay. It crushes. Yeah, it really does. It crushes me to see people not living their dreams. Like when I see that guy that, and no, you know, no disrespect or anything like that. When you see somebody who is 30, 40 years old working at Taco Bell, it's like, I highly doubt that's what you really want to do, you know? And that sucks. It really does. You know, we got to support the arts, make it fun, make it funny. Just support the arts. I'm going to keep dropping these videos and see what happens, honestly. That's what I got to do. That's what we all got to do in this world. Drop music videos. You can't be a boss and a people pleaser at the same time. It's like, that's so silly. Why is that like accepted that like the boss just gets to be an asshole? I know they have the money, but geez, you'd think someone would like shut it down, you know? So hopefully one day. No, I don't hope that. I hope that we get more serious apology than what they were willing to give. Because now, right now it looks bad. You're like basically an all white like area, all white outdoor garden area. That's smart. I don't think. It's really not. Not smart. It's my conspiracy theory camera right there when it's like zoomed in like that. So yeah, you can't be a boss and be a people pleaser at the same time. You can't, okay? So don't even try. We can't, yeah. It crushes me to see people I know that are just giving up on their dreams, you know? It's sad, you know? But hopefully things will get better for everyone out there. I don't want, really, I don't want anything bad to happen to anyone, if that's fair. I know it sounds so like happy-go-lucky and so super friendly, but it's true. Like, I don't want anything bad to happen to anyone. I wish nothing bad happened, but maybe if nothing bad happened, we wouldn't appreciate life as much. So maybe it's all a blessing in the end, you know. Very well could be a blessing. So I hope that we do things the right way. Much love to all of you out there. I appreciate you listening. This is a real Herculean effort on my part. You know, from the makers of long neck dinos comes long dick dinos. Does anyone know if like the first, if any of these dinosaurs actually had long dicks? I want to know. We know there's long neck dinos. There had to be, right? One of them had a big dick. Did T-Rex have a big dick to make up for his arms being short and so he could actually reach it? Or how did that happen? I'm still wondering, how did that happen? But don't forget, 420 at Los Globos. Come see your boy live. I'm performing music, not this. So it's sort of a weird way that I began this, But we'll be good. Another one of those dumb phrases I saw. You can't be a boss and a people pleaser. Where are the... Oh, yeah, where are the chefs? Anyway. You can't be a boss and a people pleaser. That's so false. Yeah, it really does crush me to see people not living their dreams. Like, just stuck in a rut, stuck in their hometown where they lived, like 33 years old, and they have like 13 kids. Not like that. Like, I'm exaggerating, but I'm just saying it was crazy. I'm exaggerating for the purposes of comedy and to make a song more entertaining. Everyone knows that that's not real. Everybody already knows by now. They got to. It's crazy. But I get to the bottom of it. I figure it out every week, I don't mean to like make the show drag or anything. I actually really planned this, but it's hard now to process everything. I should have done it earlier. I kind of had a feeling. So hopefully it'll get better. Chubby cat runs the mat. Apparently, that was crazy. I never seen a cat do all that, So hopefully that cat's okay. Yeah, man. From the makers of long neck dinos, there's long dick dinos. T-Rex might, I don't know. It might dick be notable. So that totally makes sense. You can't be a boss. This chubby cat lady, she made me feel bad, man. I really did feel bad. I hung out with a girl and I was just not interested at all, and it sucked. And I kind of knew that she might be big. She doesn't take any pictures where she's big, but she said that it was telling some of the stuff she said. She was saying that guys don't bother her on the street, which I'm like, okay, you must not look that good if that's what it was. And she didn't look very good. That's just what I was thinking, because I'm like, guys wouldn't do this. Like, there's no way a guy would actually do that. It's just silly. We would do crazy stuff, but I don't think they would do that. It's another level for sure. I think it's wild, but that's just me. So, yeah, it crushed me to see people not living their dreams. Man. Hold on, what is this? I gotta see what this says. Those long deck dinos. I am the family scapegoat, honestly. You're like what I did. My chores cover $100 million. Because that helped out a lot, but that seems high. She's just being generous. I don't think they even, I know they don't even have that money anyway. So it's all good. Yeah, I'm like the family scapegoat though. They tell me everything. Maybe I'll tell you after the movie though, because it's a long journey. So we shall see. This is one of the worst. This might be one of the worst. No, it's not one of the worst episodes I've done. I'm trying my best, okay? Maybe I should. I think I'm gonna cut to another break, and I'll be back after this short break. Okay, back once again. Big Zero. You know I wouldn't leave you for long. I'm the family scapegoat. I'm gonna get into that, and it's hard sometimes to be the scapegoat. I'm the oldest. As you may know, I have two brothers. But there've been. I'm actually currently in what was my old room, now my brother's room. I record these in here for nostalgia's sake a lot of times. He's not really occupying the room anyway. So, I haven't lived with my parents in years and years, several years now. And I have a little bit of leftover stuff at their house. No big deal, just a couple boxes of stuff. And a lot of the reason for that is they've told me I cleaned it up several times. That's true. So for whatever reason, I've just become the scapegoat, and I've been the scapegoat for a long time. Like, I know I'm the scapegoat. I know that's like what my life is, But it gets exhausting at times, honestly, to have to be that. I don't want to be the scapegoat. Like, I just want to live normally. That's all I want to do. I don't want to be the blame for all the problems in the family, because they're not my fault. They're really not my fault. I promise. I promise they're not my fault. But what can you do, man? What can you do? So I'm the scapegoat with that. I'm the scapegoat for a lot of things. I can do the same thing as my middle brother, and it's a problem when I do it. When he does it, it's fine. That happens so often you don't even know, and it's terrible. It really is terrible. It's like, I don't deserve it. I know I don't deserve it, but this type of treatment I get, and it's just not a good time. So with this room thing, my brother moved back after a long time of not being here, and that's good. I think that's good for him, and I hope that everyone enjoys each other's company. I enjoy his company. He's one of my favorite people in my life, and I wish him the best. And I'll be around. I'm not saying this because I won't be around, but there's a whole issue here where we just get different treatment. You know, my youngest brother, he'll play video games like 8 hours a day, a lot of day, and I could never do that, especially being if I were 20 with no job. Hell no, I couldn't do that. So it's just crazy, like the difference with that. Everybody makes excuses. It's like, oh, you got this on your birthday. It's like, I didn't really get anything, honestly. So it was just weird. I'm trying. I'm wishing everyone the best. It's not easy. There's a lot of days it sucks and it's hard, but hey, you know, I'm just the scapegoat. But I was built in a tough way, you know, so I can take it. I don't have to be loved by everyone. I'm sure you know, I say a lot of wild things on here all the time. And some of them are jokes and some of them aren't, but it's like, the reason why I do that is because we need that. Like, as society, we need comedians to keep us on our toes. I don't know if I'm doing that. I know there's a lot of comedians funnier than me. I'm not trying to claim that. With rap, I'll claim it all day because I feel like I'm more advanced than that, you know. But other than that, some of the other stuff hasn't worked out too well. So we try to keep it a stack on here. I was going to say, yeah, with the scapegoat thing. So I've had these 2 boxes in here. They've been under the bed. I didn't even know they were there. But everything in here that was loose was automatically mine. And, like, it's my fault. And I just have to hear this bitching about it. I'll move stuff out. And then, oh, they found more stuff that's mine. And it's just never ending. So I hope that it can finally come to an end in the next few days. I really do. Because I'm really over it. And I don't want to deal with it anymore. So hopefully I can make it work. It's tough out there, man. It's tough out there. There was, you know, all this led to a family brawl in 2020, and I regret that. You know, I think it was good for me to stand up for myself. I don't think it was good for, like, spilling the drink. Probably easier to spill when it's like that. So it's tough. I'm really powering through this, man. It's a difficult one. But I gotta tell you, don't be a sad boy. Don't be a sad boy, for real. I see sad boys all the time. Like, one of these people I was talking about who got sucked into the Vagina Vortex. Like, he was talking about how I didn't know he was in a relationship. Apparently he's been in a relationship. Things didn't work out. Now he's sad boy again. Posting all his sad songs, sad movies. And it's like, you gotta break that cycle at some point, man. You've been like, this is like sad boy the 4th now, honestly. Like, it's not even... It's just so funny how that works. So, I like this ankle. I don't know what it is. Sometimes this, like, if I do it like this, it makes it look like I have, like, shin fat, but I really don't, honestly. I've said it before. So annoying. I'm so annoying. I'm sorry. I know I said that before. My bad. Yeah. Tattoos are forever. So that's one of those things that sucks. It's been a minute, you know. We just been trying to hang on. Being the family scapegoat and all. And with that, you know, I'm going to take another break. I will be back. I apologize for all the breaks this week. I'm just trying to produce a good show. KZR Sports. Oh, what have I done? There you go. So I'm gonna get into it. KCRO Sports, baby. You know the vibes. I called that Izzy win last week. So I just want to say I promise next week it'll be better. This episode, I don't know how it came out. I will see, but it's not. It doesn't seem great. It doesn't seem like one of my best. I'll be real with you. So next week will be better. Promise. You have my word. But I called that Izzy knockout though. I did. I had a feeling, man. I said, I think Izzy's gonna get his revenge. I knew it. I didn't know if he'd knock him out cold, but something told me get the stoppage. And I called it. You could hear on last week's Life in Zero Gravity. You know, it was, it was crazy to see because it had to be, I don't know what the odds were like. It had to be crazy odds against that, man. Like, it had to be. He's lost to this guy like 4 times. He gets the KO. He knocks him out cold. He puts him to sleep, like absolute sleep. That's got to be crazy, man. So, I don't know. I thought it was pretty wild, to be honest. So, congrats to Izzy. Great win. I don't know what'll happen after that. Hopefully they can get some resolution on that in terms of the title picture. But yeah, great win. And I'm glad that I was bold enough to pick that. I haven't bragged about myself like this in a while. But I was happy with the way that it did, you know? Like, he's one of the best martial artists ever, you know? And he's a very likable guy. I don't know, like, even I was like, okay, some of these antics with him winning, this might be a bit much. But at the same time, I get it. It's like you got the monkey off your back. You beat somebody who beat you a bunch of times in fights that you were winning, too. Like, that he was ahead in. He would get, 2 times he's been stopped. Once in kickboxing, once in MMA. And that's the only 2 times he's ever been stopped. 2 of his only losses too, really. Like, he hasn't lost a lot. So I didn't know. I didn't know it was gonna be like that. But yeah, man, I did know. I'm glad Izzy pulled out the win. He deserves it. He's one of the most exciting fighters in the UFC. In other sporting news, the Lakers win game 1. Man, I called it. But if you saw my Instagram story earlier before the game, I said I think Lakers in 6. And sure enough, that looks like a real good possibility. Actually, I wonder what the money was before and now, because I would have bet on that. I would have bet on them in that Binty box. Ben can tear those up. So it's good. Yeah. We had such a waste last time. So I'm glad. The Lakers win game 1. They play well. And Ja's hurt. Now, it sounded like I was listening on the radio and AD got hurt. And I was like, oh, fuck. And then he was out. He immediately went out and was out for the second half. And he said he felt fine. It's crazy, though. Just that he would try to do that, It doesn't really make sense. But anyway, man, Lakers win game 1. There's still a lot more series left, but that prediction's looking pretty good. I'm good at predicting this stuff. Who knew? What can I say? So yeah, man, that's just what it was. Lakers won. I feel like they're gonna handle business. It's gonna be tough, and it still wouldn't be shocking if either team won if they got hot, But it worked out in the end. You're an MD, I'm an MD. We're getting it in. So props to us for graduating and getting such cool opportunities, in a lot of ways. That's really what it comes down to. It's travel and opportunities. But anyway, yeah, Lakers win game one. Everybody did well. Austin Reeves' legacy just continues to grow. But yeah, man. Clip City won. Rush struggled. What's it called? Kawhi with a different like offense. He always does well. Me and Paul found success when we have like a shrine almost to our skills, and then people want to pick at it and come after it. Gives you a good reason to keep going. So I know it's silly, but it seems like it works. This is KZRO Sports. That's what we're doing here. Yeah, man. Rush struggled in the Clippers' first playoff game shooting wise. He was atrocious, like 3 of 18, I think. 3 of 19, actually, I think. Maybe it was 4 of 19. But I love everybody I'm glad everyone tunes in. Hope you enjoyed the show. And I'll be back next week with more sports. Stay tuned to KZRO 1111 on your ZM dial. And now, let us read from the book of Grav. God MCs, my naysayers, heretics, no modesty. I got your girlfriends scared of dick, but they cherish it because they know the vibes control the minds. When my soul collides, I control the minds. When my soul collides, I control the mind. When my soul collides. In reality, you all orbit me. I'm not that boring, I'm the summit, G. In reality, you all orbit me. I'm the number one priority. Everyone tries to get like my associate, but still have a billion ways and think they don't owe me shit. Nothing free but my mind, that's my 2 cents. While y'all sit there more blinded than licenses. While y'all sitting around blindfolded by, what's your name, Enzo? I say, I'm supported. It's not reciprocated. It's hard when you feel manipulated. Wait, kid, it's time for you to mature. Gotta see past the views you obscure. I know they hate me because I'm tall and petty. I'm doing great, and y'all been shitty. I close my mind for the perfect jet. You don't get me. I'm an alien. I came too far to ever fail again. I'm zooming past all the naysayers. I know all of them will pay later. Book of Grav, ladies and gentlemen. That's our show. Thank you for tuning in to KZRO. Be back next week. I promise to have more energy. I mean, it would be hard to have less energy than this. It's been an exhausting weekend. What can I say? So I appreciate everyone tuning in. I was gonna shoot up some quick topics, that I realized I didn't get to. So everyone out there, please stop catfishing. Stop catfishing. That's not you. You know it's not you. Know your role. play to your strengths. Someone will always be attracted to you. You know, if it was easy, it'd be easy. So I appreciate it all. And I'm very thankful for, everything. Everything is cooler when it's Japanese. That's the policy. Some people really think like that, and I'm like, a lot of people in Japan are really like foreigners, right? So if you think you're going to fit in there, it's going to be very difficult. I'm not saying you can't, but it's going to be difficult, you know? So it's a lot of propaganda. But yeah, man, zero grav, life in zero gravity. I was going to say, no, that was all I wanted to get to, really. I'm trying to be a better person every single day, just struggling, but trying my best. So help me out, I'll help you out, and let's be better people. I don't know. It doesn't seem so hard when you put it like that, right? The show's been rocking. We're in the 5th season now. It's been a long time. I mean, the first season was very short, so really it's probably more like the 4th season, but it's gone hot and heavy, and I appreciate every moment of it. So hopefully everything works out for everyone involved. Always. And that's my ad, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening. I'll be back next week. Much peace, much love.